Hey, welcome back to another episode of John's Crypto Therapy, guys. Today we're going to look at price action on Omi charts, BTC, and especially right now our topic is going to be Marvel Digital Comic Books, the second release. So guys, if you did like the first one, this is going to be even special because you know what, we're closer to the end of the comic book section, and then we're going to get some other drops. Then we are going to see more comic books maybe in the later on in this year, and we just have to see how it's going to go. Okay, other than that, guys, it is going to be August 24th, 25th, and 26th at 8 a.m. PT. So please make sure to be available if you guys do like comic books. I do like how in the AMA the whole community came together and came to a conclusion and gave ideas on how we can make this comic book generation even better, having pop-ups or even having something that could read to us, and even having Chris Hemsworth have his voice monologued into the Thor comic book itself. So guys, there was a lot of great discussions. If you guys do like the AMA, you should check that out. I think that's where a lot of unique questions will be coming, and you'll really understand how the team is ready to prepare themselves and how they can adjust through difficult times to make everything better for us as individuals experiencing this comic book drop or any NFT they do release. Okay guys, so that's going to be really special. So I know there's some concerns that's going to be happening and being brought up, and I totally understand why. There is some comic book apps that you could pay $9 for, and with that $9 all you get is a full access of all these amazing comic books. But the one thing a lot of people are not understanding is when you do purchase one from Vivi, the app itself, this is blockchain verified, so this is your own copy. No one can take it away from you, and nothing can happen to it to damage it, right guys? So this is yours at the end of the day. But the other thing that you're paying for the $9 a month, I totally understand why you would want to pay that, because you have a huge library of great selections. I totally understand that. So if you guys do like comic books, I really recommend you guys to check out Vivi and see if this is the right place for you guys to be. Okay, so we are going to look at the topics, we're going to look at the release, and guys, I do see something really special on all of these comic books. So I do see Deadpool is one of my favorite. I think it is such a funny character, really out there, you know, and I really do like that. And X-Men, guys, if you remember what X-Men is, guys, it is something really special. When you're in an academy with all these amazing mutants with special abilities, you get really comfortable knowing which one's your favorite and which one's not. So if you guys do like these comic book drops, please let me know why you guys like this comic book drops. I would love to know your background on comic books. Are you guys collectors? Are you guys just fans? Or did you guys just get into the collecting space because of Vivi and Ecomi itself? So if you guys are one of those, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to know everything about you guys, especially when it comes to comic books. And it's going to be super fun, this journey, guys, especially with a lot of people throwing shades on Ecomi. I totally understand why you guys are frustrated. I totally understand the money and the price on the token itself is not increasing, and thus getting a lot of people frustrated, especially with that money. If they could put into a different allocation, a different crypto, they could have doubled it, they could have tripled it. And I totally understand that, guys. But the best thing I could truly say, sometimes, you know, the rabbit will run fast and it will burn out as quick as you might believe it, okay? But the turtle can go slow, and even though it's going slow, it's going to build speed over time, and it's going to be consistent. That's the key, and that's what Ecomi reminds me of, consistency. And if you guys like something that's consistent, you know, that is really true to his nature, this is the place to be. And especially if you're in the AMA, you know guys, they are talking about the Viviverse and how you'll have your own little showroom, your own collection, maybe buying land in the future, and that space is going to be for you. They are going to build snack size games, and if you guys are in the gamification sector, that is going to be a little treat. But guys, remember the overall purpose of Ecomi, it is not to build games, it is to give premium NFTs, and they're doing a hell of a job. So if you guys do like that, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. So let's get into the drop and let's look deeper into these comic books. Pretty cool. So guys, when we're looking into the drop right here, we got the New Mutants 98 edition, followed by the House of X. That's the first edition. I can't wait to get that one. And then you got the other one as well, okay guys? So the Marvel's #1 as well. So this is going to be pretty dope. So if you guys do like this, please let me know why. The New Mutants, I think this one's going to be pretty cool. Reasons why: personally, Deadpool is something that is like fantastic. Guys, you can see Deadpool himself is the secret rare. So guys, I am looking to buy this even off the secondary market. Reasons why: it has such a sentimental value, but other than that, it is such a cool comic book. So if you guys do get a secret rare, let me know in the bottoms below. Let me know what you guys are trying to do with it. Are you trying to flip it? Are you trying to hold it for a long period of time? Or you guys are collectors yourself and you're never going to sell it? So let me know what you guys think about this, okay? So I would love to know. So guys, it is going to be the same price, $6.99, and it's totally fine. I think this is going to be really cool. I did not get a chance to get any secret rares. I did get a couple of ultra rares that I'm super proud of. So my luck actually changed and I was actually super excited. So this one is another one that I'm looking for because guys, this is House of X. So I am looking to get all of these. These are so crazy covers and I can't wait. I really can't wait to jump into this and see exactly what I can get. I am looking for the secret rare or the ultra rare, but guys, even the rare is such a great collectible to have. The common and uncommon, of course, a lot of people are going to have that. So if you guys did not get a chance to get anything on this drop, the best thing I can tell you guys right now, go to the secondary market, and the prices are actually going to be cheaper because a lot of people have purchased it and they want to sell their commons. So if you guys even want one book, make sure you can get that. Also, I did hear that in the AMA, remember guys, this is not a collectible piece. So if you guys do collect all 5, it's not going to be considered you completed one set. It's not doing it like that. I remember Dan saying in the future they are going to give you a badge or something saying 80% completion or something like that. So it is still going to give you value. So I think that's pretty cool. And also guys, if you guys want another tip, in the feed itself, you can actually move it around. So in the background feed for your VV app, the secondary market app, and the feed itself, you guys can switch it now from comics. So if you put it to comics, all you'll get is comics feed, and if you switch it to collectibles, all you get is the other NFT feed. So guys, that is pretty cool. In the near future, they are planning to do that. So if you guys are just comic book collectors, all you could do is go to the feed and basically write comics, and all you're gonna see is comic books. So that is pretty cool to see that they're working on things to make more of a community, knowing that it's gonna go straight to what you want, not something that is gonna ambush you before you go to something that you want. So it's like not upselling you in a way, right? It just wants you to go to what you like and you can purchase whatever you like. So guys, that is pretty big. So I can't wait for that. The best advice I could give to a lot of people that do not know how to collect or do not want to waste a lot of money, just buy the first of everything. So if that makes sense to you, the first X-Men, just try to get the copy. The first Marvel, try to get that copy, because realizing that the first of something, especially when an app is released, is going to be one of those items that's going to be priced over time. So the first Batman, I truly do believe that price is never going to go down, and if it does, that is the dirt cheap price to buy it at. I think it's over time it is going to increase. So in the secondary market, if you guys see a fluctuation of price going down, I would tell you personally to look into that if you do have the right resources to buy that, because I truly do believe if Ecomi does reach the moon, which it will, and when it does reach that, those prices of those floor prices will increase, guys. So you will double, you will triple, and you'll make a ton of money. So guys, be very careful on how you choose what to sell and what to hold. So guys, if you are looking to buy these comic books, please do so, but make sure you have the financial structure. Do not buy something that you cannot afford. Remember, everything that I tried to show you guys is not financial advice. This is my advice that I give a lot of my students and myself. So make sure you have the right liquidity before you enter any kind of market, okay guys? So when we look at this, this is a must for sure. The Deadpool, we got the House of X, guys, the same comic books, and you can see right here, True Believer variant is 500. Let me see the top here. This is 600, and the bottom itself is 600. So guys, if you guys are looking to get these comic books, please be on time. This is going to be such a cool drop. So thumbs up if you guys are ready for this comic book drop. And also, I do want to tell you guys the secondary market fees. I think a lot of people are getting confused about this, so I'm just going to say it right now. Let me read this for you guys as well. So as with all Marvel digital collectibles, a 6% licensing fee will be applied to Marvel sales in the secondary market, in addition to the existing VV 2.5% secondary market fees. Okay guys, so Marvel does have some kind of fee that they do take out as well, and remember, VV does have a 2.5% as well. If you guys do see any kind of strange things happening, just look into this and realize that, you know, these are the fees that they need to pay, okay, in order for these licenses to be adjusted and made sure these licenses can be provided in the VV app. So guys, this is the other one. If I'm not mistaken, the cool thing about this, it's actually not the same comics, if I'm not mistaken here. It looks like very different comics, each one. So the common, uncommon, rare, right, ultra rare, and secret rare, these look pretty bomb. So if they are different, guys, this is more of a reason to collect it. So I can't wait. I know for the common ones, guys, this is really weird. I know the common ones were the ones that were colored. So now, are they switching it up? Are they going gray for the common, Uncommon is a darker gray with the highlight. Are they doing that now? If they're doing this now, this might be a little bit cooler. Reasons why: when you get to rare, you got more color, and then ultra rare, then you go to secret rare. So this might be a little bit cooler. And a lot of people are actually asking me personally, do you think they made a mistake with the comic books in the coloring in the first place? I don't know if they made a mistake. I think that's the frame they were trying to go for, and now they realize maybe this is a different way, but I don't know if this is going to be a common, guys, so please do not take my advice on that. But if it is, that is a little bit more structured and a little bit better. So I can't wait to see more color on the rare the item is when you upgrade it to rare, to ultra rare, to secret rare. So that is going to be pretty cool. Now guys, we're gonna move on to the Omi chart, so let's get started with that. So guys, we're back into the Omi charts. We have this beautiful channel right here, and we see price is dictated towards the downside. So we have lower highs showing us that the position of the movement of the market is going lower. Then after, we had this minor channel as well to dictate if the price is going to continue with this actually going lower as well. So we did have a breakout of this channel, and it's totally fine. I'm going to show you guys why this is important to understand price action, but also I'm going to zoom into this price action to show you guys the further understanding of why price is doing the certain things that it's doing. So guys, if you guys do not believe in trading and you do not believe in anything of this nature, I totally understand where you guys are coming from. It is hard to understand, it is hard to believe, especially when someone tells you, look, I made a ton of money just trading this, other than just holding it, right? And it's hard to believe for a lot of people, especially because they believe it's gambling, and I get that, guys. And because of that, I totally understand where your guys' mindset is. And a lot of people do have jobs, a lot of people don't have a lot of time, and I get that. See, this is what I'm trying to say. If you guys are willing to put in the work and willing to sacrifice your time, and certain nights that you think you could go chill with your friends or have a couple of beers or go swimming or do something that you actually love, and sacrifice that for the person that you want to be tomorrow, at the end of the day, it's going to pay off in the long term, okay guys? And sometimes sacrificing little things like that, it's only going to make you better as a person and better as a trader, guys. And this is my motivation to everyone that's willing to learn and that is hungry to learn. And this is what I'm trying to say. These lines, everything always happens for a reason. So if you guys do believe in that, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Let's dive in and look at where price is going to go. So let's get into this. All right, so all we need is this minor move right here. Let's look into this minor move. So guys, we have this beautiful minor move. Let's really dive into this. Okay guys, I really want you guys to focus. We're gonna dive into this. We're gonna understand what price is actually doing. We had this beautiful trend line on the top side, and then we had a minor trend line. We see a break of this minor trend line, guys, and look very carefully. When it broke, right, it went up. The wick actually rejected off of this trend line. If you guys look very carefully right here, this is the exact trend line that we have drawn, okay? So let me zoom it in and put this line in there. So when you look at that wick rejection, it is not a fluke that the wick actually rejected there, okay guys? When we look left, look at structural value showing us there was a rejection once, twice, all right guys, and 3 times. So we had 3 times the rejection, showing us that this trend line is verified. When the trend line is verified, all we look for after is to see if there's rejection. If there's a breakout, we look for a breakout strategy and buy the market. If it's a rejection, all we're trying to do is sell the market, okay guys? So let's look at it this way as well. So let me get the rectangle tool right here. So right here, you can see that there is resistance, guys, okay? There is resistance right there. Also, when we look at this right here, look carefully, guys, there is resistance there. So this price actually shot all the way back up, and a lot of people, after seeing that price consolidate and pushing all the way back up, a lot of people would have entered a buy here, and this is why a lot of people fail. So this is the tip of the day today, okay? If we see a candlestick price action, let me draw it right here, okay guys? I'm gonna delete this right after. If we see price going like this, let's do this. So if we see price going like this, guys, and guess what? It makes a body, right? It makes a body. But then after it closes like this is why a lot of people fail. A lot of people fail because they do not understand. Do not get into a trade without the body of the candle closing. This is very important. So if I'm looking at a 4-hour time frame, and this is a 4-hour candle, right? And right here, guys, look very carefully right here. If we're looking at this move right here, right? And we notice this is a 3-hour candle, and it's a 4-hour candle right here on this chart, but it's been 3 hours. Does not mean that this candle has closed above structure. because the next hour it can actually dump and close below structure, showing us the sentiment is to continue to the downside. Okay, and if we do get that, we're looking to sell, guys. We're not looking to buy if this is the case that happens. But if structure after 4 hours completes and closes above the structural point of support and resistance, then we're looking for price action. We're not getting into a trade right away. We do not get into a trade right after of a closing of a candle. Reasons why: we do not know if structure is going to give us clues or if it's just going to continue and dump towards us on the downside. This is market movers. This is where the banks try to take out your stop loss, or a lot of whales try to take out your stop loss, guys. This is where a lot of people lose a lot of money. So in order for this to happen, we have a breakout of structure. Once we see a breakout of structure, we wait for a retest of structure. So a retest of structure, if we are looking at this very carefully, we're looking for a retest of structure to break out just like that and then retest the back end of this beautiful support and resistance zone. Once we see a retest of structure, guys, then we look to buy the market. Okay, that's the only way we look to buy the market, and we buy the market exactly to another support and resistance zones. We do not buy the market into another zone that we believe that makes sense because of our ratios. We do not do that. We put it towards our support and resistance zone. Okay, so remember that, guys. If it's 1 to 2, and remember your support and resistance zone is not really facing the 1 to 2, but it's facing 1 to 1.5 ratio, you put it to 1 to 1.5. Reasons why: it has a better chance of reversing on that structural point. Okay, so hopefully this is making sense to you guys. And like I said, I'm going to demonstrate more over time. I understand to a lot of people this is challenging to understand how to trade, but to certain people, I do have advanced traders as well in my community, so I'm trying to make it equal for everyone to understand how to trade. Okay, guys, hopefully you guys are working with me on this aspect. So I'm trying to give as much education for the new guys and also for the advanced traders as well. So let's get into this as well. So let me take away this, guys, and we're gonna get right into the market. This is really cool. I love trading the markets. I think it's so much fun. And guys, you dictate the future price. How cool is that? You got future vision. That's what I like to see. Future vision. Okay, so we can clearly see that the price did not hold above this structure. If the price did break out of this structure, I am looking to take profit off of this trend line, guys. So this trend line does not really have a level to put your take profit. All you have to do is watch the market and see how the price is actually going to reject or hold or actually break above this trend line. So if we see rejection, we're looking to sell the market and take as much trades as we can. So guys, when we look at this, I want to show you this very carefully, and let's see why we would have sold this market right here and see if it actually made sense. Okay guys, so let's look at this very carefully. So let's put this right here. So when we look at this, guys, look very carefully as well. Okay, so let's get this beautiful vertical line right here, and this vertical line is showing me, you know what, the price right here exactly at this bulge, guys. I was looking at this bulge right here. The price is right there. Okay guys, it's not too high, it's not too low, it's right in between this little channel move. Okay, so the other price that I'm trying to look at is exactly what happened to structure, exactly where the reversal did happen. And when we look at the reversal where it happened, you guys can notice something very special. All right, we had this period where the market sentiment right here is going lower, while right here on the R side it's going higher. So a lot of people are understanding and talking to me, okay John, how do we know, you know, divergence? Guys, this stochastics RSI is supposed to match the chart in front of you, the market chart. If it's not matching the market chart, guys, it is doing the opposite. The opposite means a divergence. It means difference, and because we have difference, we're trading that difference because it doesn't make sense. So basically, pretend you're in a firm and you get some data work that doesn't make sense. What are you gonna do? You're gonna bring it up to your boss. So this is an alert that you have to take as well. So this alert is an evaluation. You stop what you're doing and you understand what price is going to do. We have lower highs, guys. Throughout this sequence, we have lower highs showing us and depicting that the market sentiment is trying to go lower. So we're understanding that the market is trying to move lower until the price does break these trend lines and this beautiful zone of 0.0030. We should not look to be bullish. If we trade bullish, that's totally fine, but we're not looking to be bullish until those zones are met to our requirements. Okay guys, so that's very simple to see. So once again, if you guys do not know how to find your highs and lows and all of that, look right here. This is very simple. Right here, you click this, go to the line graph, and it will show you something very cool. So right here at this peak, let me zoom in for you guys as well. So guys, when we look at this line graph right here, you can see something very special on why we would have taken that trade. So when we look at the highs right here, when we're going like that, guys, look very carefully, the market sentiment is going lower. Look, we're in the channel, we just moved it to a line graph, the market sentiment is going lower, okay guys? And right here, the market sentiment, clearly you guys can see something special, is going higher. So that is showing us a divergence. This divergence, looking left, we had a support and resistance zone. Also guys, very special to see, we also had a retest of structure. Look at this beautiful retest. We did not have one, but we also had this beautiful one right up here, okay guys, showing us that the sentiment was going to lower side and we were looking to sell. All right, this right now is showing us a different scene, right? We did not get something like this, guys. We actually had a close of structure. So this close of structure is showing us some great sentiment for us to try to take advantage of this. And this is what we're going to learn, how to take advantage and what's the next move. So in order for us to actually take this value and understand where the market's going to, let's make this a little bit smaller and see. So if it breaks out of this beautiful trend line, guys, we're looking to buy the market, find retest of structure, then we're gonna go buy the market, try to break this beautiful zone of 0.0030, okay? Once we break that zone, we will look for a bullish sentiment, we're looking to buy, and that's it for that period, okay guys? So once again, we're gonna put the pivot points on as well. Let's look at where the market dictates us to do and how we're gonna trade this, okay? So guys, look at this very carefully, okay? So we have this sentiment right here. Let me take away this line as well. Let's take away this. So we had a breakout of structure showing us that this beautiful channel to the downside is being broken. That's showing us that, you know, there is pulse to the upwards line, and that's where you're going to look to take profit. Okay, guys, that is exactly where you're going to look to take profit. If you want to take profit at R1, that's totally fine if you are bullish in this move. Okay, guys, if you're bullish, look to take profit exactly at R1. Okay, what you guys need to really watch out for is something special as well. When we look at price right here, it is making a very similar position. So looking left at structure, this is the exact zone that it did reverse before. Okay guys, so it did make a reversal there. And also right here on this RSI, it is showing us that the market is actually going higher. If you see this candle right here and it does not close right here and actually closes a little bit below previous close right here, guys, we can see a divergence and the market actually is going lower while the RSI is going above. If that's the case, a lot of people are going to look to sell and they're going to try to find pivot point or even the back end of this trend line. So if we do see structure going down and it breaks the pivot, guys, does not mean that the buying position is over. That means that the market's going lower, finding some kind of support and resistance zone. So you see this natural pivot point as well. We're gonna use this past support and resistance of this pivot point for the future support and resistance zone. So let's take that as well. Let's go like this, guys. Okay, perfect. So what we're going to look for right here is a retest of structure. If the market does come back down and we see a retest of structure on pivot, we're going to look to buy. And if it's a good confirmation of candlestick patterns, we're going to look to buy. If it does not give us that and it just continues going up, that's totally fine. We're going to take a reversal trade here. Or if it's trying to go to R2, we'll take a buy position off the breakout of this trend line, guys. Listen to that very carefully. The back end of this trend line, we're looking to buy for R2, okay? But R2 is very far. If you guys want to be conservative, look for this beautiful base of 0.0030. So that is going to be take profit if you are looking to buy at the back end of this trend line. So because we do have this divergence, exaggerated divergence, somewhat forming, we need to be careful and see what the price is going to do. If the price does continue like this, we need to be very careful because, guys, when we look left off of this structure, there is amazing support and resistance zone. Support right here, resistance right there, resistance, and this could be resistance. We have a lot of candlestick wick rejections showing us that the price is doing something very special. So it is in the overbought situation as well. Does not mean that the price cannot go up. Absolutely it can. Because our sentiment is in the overbought, we could look for a retest of structure. This retest of structure is to only buy to the upside. Yes, the market can fall down, and if it does go below this trend line and trades below it, then we're looking for S1 as our take profit. All right, if it breaks this structure of this inner trend line and it goes into the smaller channel, then we're looking to sell the market. But guys, look very carefully. This pivot point, we use that as a reference for the future price and dictate a bounce off. A bounce off can be many things. So let me do this very carefully. So we can see structure actually bouncing off at the pivot, the natural pivot point, or we can see structure right here bouncing off the previous pivot point. That gives us a lot of confirmation of support and resistance zone. So if we do see that, then we are looking for price to do many things. If it can hold right here, we are looking to aim for R1. And guys, the market is not going to shoot up right away. So this can be really cool. And I want to show you guys a real cool strategy. So you see how right here, this trend line is going lower. Right, guys, look at the mouse really carefully. The trend line is going lower, and right there, exactly where I'm pointing is where the trend line and the R1 actually meet. So we can see consolidation for maybe a little while. Then we can see price actually going right here. Maybe the price could go like this and fade it off throughout the 4 hours, throughout the week, and then we can see it meeting off with the R1 over time. All right, guys, so that's the best way to trade. Okay, guys, the price is not going to just shoot up, and if it does, that's totally fine. This is the best way to predict the market without knowing what the market has in store. You're doing the best to understand what the market is about to do. Okay, guys, so right here we do have a break of pivot zone. So if we are looking to buy, and a lot of people are in a position to look to take profit, look very carefully. You guys could take profit already. Reasons why: look at the wick rejection, already went to R1 close enough, so that is a take profit zone. So to a lot of people that already are in this trade, be careful for that. Okay, do not be greedy. If you see it coming really close and you see price is suffocating after the first candle rejection, maybe the second candle going towards that, you take your profits. Okay, guys, remember, no one loses money taking profits. Just think about that constantly, and it makes sense, guys. Okay, so right now we are looking for this beautiful trend, and guys, look very carefully. Breakout of this small channel, push the upside above the natural pivot point. We're looking at price to actually target this trend line over time, and if we do see a flip over and it breaks this structure, we're not going to get into a sell until it breaks in towards this trend line. Once it breaks this trend line and goes in the trend line, then I have confidence that it could go to S1. Reasons why: we have a lot of resistance points showing us that the price is going that way, guys. But because we do have a breakout and a closing of the candle in the circulation pattern, we are looking for buying opportunities. So that's why I'm saying, if price comes back down, look to buy the market and try to touch some support and resistance zones like the R1 and the retest of structure. And if it does break structure, we are looking for this move right here of this structure right here at 0.0030. Then we're looking for R2 as our third take profit zone. Okay, guys, hopefully this does make sense. Be careful, we do have an exaggerated divergence. Price is actually finding the same support while the RSI is moving higher in price. So guys, exaggerated divergence is a thing. Be careful, we could see market actually go down, finding a good zone for us to buy. So guys, when you look at this very carefully as well, it is making higher lows and the market structure is pushing above. Okay, and if this may be the case, look carefully right here on the bottom structure. Draw this beautiful trend line, and right here we have a symmetrical triangle. This is a symmetrical triangle, and it's showing us another pattern strategy. Yes, it did not touch the top, so that's why I'm looking for that test of support while seeing the market actually shoot to the top side. This is the other thing as well. When it breaks the downside here, guys, yes, you could get into a trade, but this could fake out, touch the back end of this trend line, and then push the market inside. That's why I want to see break of structure of this trend line, also this trend line, and come back into this zone for me to continue to the downside. I need to be careful. If it does reject off of this trend line, we will see price pushing up. Okay, guys, remember, this breakout strategy is very simple. All you guys have to do is draw this line, look for your take profit. So you go from the bottom. I'm gonna go like this. Normally you want to go from the wick to wick. I like to be a little bit more conservative, if you know what I mean, and exactly put it at where your breakout strategy is going to be. And if that's the breakout strategy, look carefully. This zone exactly at 0.0034 ish could be hit. All right, and the vice versa as well. If you're gonna put the breakout strategy on the bottom, look very carefully, guys. This zone exactly at 0.0022 could be hit, and is really close to our 0.0020 level. So guys, there is a lot of factors playing a part, so please be attentive, understand what price is going to do. Remember, on the very tops you're looking to sell, on the very bottoms you're looking to buy. So if price does go back down, retests of structure, we're going to look for a buying opportunity, and we're looking for the back end of this trend line. That's why R1 and R2, it is a little bit pushed far away. Reasons why: if this does go a little bit more narrow and it goes in towards the apex, it is going to be hard to reach R1. So that's why you have to work with these patterns, trend lines, the pivot points, price action, everything. You put it together and make sense of it. Okay guys, hopefully you guys enjoy this beautiful chart analysis for OMI. Let's move on to BTC and see exactly what price is doing there. Guys, right here we have drawn this expanding wedge. So right here it is smaller, while over here over time it is going to increase in volume, in depth. So this is going to get bigger, this is going to get bigger, so the movement is going to get bigger. Once we see a breakout out of this pattern, we're looking to buy when we see a retest of structure. We're looking to sell when we see a retest of structure to the downside. So guys, this is pretty dope to see. Also, if you guys did not notice, I am still bullish. Everyone should be bullish on Bitcoin. The problem is everyone is believing that Bitcoin cannot go down. Absolutely, it can go down, and these downs are huge amounts of down, guys. This can actually make you lose a lot of money if you do not know what you're doing. So clearly you understand that trading is a hard thing to do. This is not financial advice, this is my advice. Please take everything that I say with a grain of salt and understand why price is doing the certain things it is doing. So if you guys looked at this retest of structure, all we're trying to do is selling the top of this trend line and buying the very bottoms of this one. Okay, so if you understand that we're in this beautiful channel and it's expanding and we're looking to see a breakout strategy. So when we're looking for this breakout strategy, we just need to be patient. Okay, but other than that, because we are looking to trade these tops and these bottoms off of these trend lines, it is very simple. So I'm going to zoom in and show you why it is so cool to trade these setups. Okay, so right here guys, we do see the market sentiment is doing the same thing. Divergence is very easy. That's why I like to train a lot of people starting off with divergence. It's something that you see with your eyes and it's very simple. So guys, look very carefully. What do you guys see right here that the market is doing? The market itself is going up in price. The RSI is going lower in price, showing us that, you know what, it is depleting. The volume is depleting, showing us there's going to be a rollover. And especially when we go up in price, we have a retest of this beautiful trend line, and this trend line does hold. We're looking to sell, and it's very simple to see. And where you would take your profit if you're reverse trading is another simple thing. You would try to draw this beautiful zone right here. You would try to get these supportive wicks, but also this resistant wicks as well. So right here, you can tell right now we are looking to sell and continue with the sell and try to aim for this zone. Does not mean that the zone cannot be hit, but it also means that the price can stop right here and actually push the upside. So guys, be very careful and be very understanding on where price can go. Okay, we do have a beautiful sell-off right here, a beautiful divergence showing us that the price is going to go lower. Okay guys, so take profit one would be back end of this beautiful support and resistance zone. Right now you would have taken off take profit one, and if you're continuing for take profit two, this will be your zone right here. Okay, exactly the 48,245 zone. So if you guys are looking to take profit, this would be such a great zone if you're already in a trade and you're looking for the price to dictate where the market is trying to go. If price does go back down here and we do find a lot of support, then we're going to see a price shooting up to the upside. Okay, so now we're going to put the pivot points and see exactly what price is doing. And let's look at this very carefully. So guys, when we look at the pivot point, it is showing us something very, very simple, that the pivot is above, showing us that the sentiment was to buy. Okay, so we had a lot of rejections around the natural pivot zone. Okay guys, so I wouldn't be surprised if price actually rejects off of this zone right here, guys. That this zone right here finds a lot of resistance and support, and we see price actually shooting above to R1. Once we see price actually shooting to R1, guys, we need to be careful, because then I truly do believe that price could continue going to the downside. Reasons why Bitcoin has a habit of going overbought for a long period of time. So when it's overbought, it continues to go overbought. So you guys would not get into that sell trade right away. So that's why you got to find off of another zone to see if it makes sense for you to sell the market. Okay, I bet right now this was such a great trade to take, because I already know there is a support and resistance zone exactly at this level, showing us that the price will turn. Beautiful divergence, beautiful sentiment of this trend line showing us that the price was about to turn. Okay, the only way a lot of traders would try to buy, wait for price to actually push to a comfortable zone that was met previously with support and resistance and that could not get broken. And because it could not get broken, then they'll look to buy that trade and try to take a lot of money out of that position. So guys, be very careful. We do want to see price go a little bit lower, retest this structure before we take another buy position. Does not mean that the price cannot crash all the way down. It can absolutely go all the way down, but this right here, this line is called the holy line. Reasons why: it found a lot of support and resistance throughout this line. So if it does go all the way back, we will have a lot of institutional traders come into this position and take as much trade as they can. So guys, this is going to be a very respectful zone. So do not be afraid of these type of zones. So if it does get that low, we are looking to buy. So right here, we do have a divergence. We'll see how price does right here at the zone. If it does not do well right here, we will see price go all the way back down here. We can see a wick rejection right here at the zone and maybe touch pivot zone and then buy the market and see exactly where it's going to go. If this price does hold, I will go to a shorter time frame, like a 15-minute, and look to buy. And exactly, I would not go to the R1. I would try to be a safe trader. I will look for the back end of this trend line to take my take profit 1. If I'm looking for my take profit 2, it will be R1, guys. Be safe. Take half of your trade. Remember, you will not lose any money if you take profits throughout the journey, okay? So that is my technical analysis for this. We're just looking for a pullback of structure. If it does not give us that, if this is not a confirmation of support and resistance, which it looks like it is, I'm just gonna go on the 15-minute, analyze what it is trying to do. If you do not get into a retest of structure the first time, wait for another minor pullback on the lower time frame, then try to take that buy position. Put your stop loss right here underneath it, very tight stop loss, and try to take it off of the trend line and R1. If that does not work and we see price getting rejected here, then we're looking to buy as well. If price does break the natural pivot zone and it does close below it, be careful, because we could absolutely see price going to the bottom trend line. And if it goes to the bottom trend line, guys, it is very, very important to see we're looking to buy. Remember, Bitcoin is a long-term hold and it is bullish until the end of the season. So if you guys like these technical analysis, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I really do appreciate everyone for coming out and giving the support that you guys normally do. Thank you so much, and take it easy. And John out. Peace.